be there, but she sends her regards.
The Lannisters always pay their debts, and so does Morgan.
How much would you like me keeping in the background or not?
Yes, very much. That would be kind of delightful. Can you give us are you looking at it on your phone or no?
Are you live?
Yeah. It says upcoming. Hold on. Probably not. Why isn't it going? Sometimes. Oh, now it says live. There it is. Look at you. Look, Trace.
But I'm not drinking.
But I'm about to drink. It's from the future. And we'll have some people popping in there maybe. Okay. All right. So in 4 minutes, we'll talk about this.
Okay. It's exciting.
shit.
I've never done this before.
No, you've never done this? Let me finish. We're still setting up if anybody's joining us. There's going to be a little bit of a delay. You know what? I am going to watch the YouTube of it today. This is why I don't drink. YouTube.com. Isn't this exciting, Tracy?
Very.
Let's see. And because over here, we'll see people join us here. I have 93 subscribers. Last time I looked, I had 88. There's so many. One is watching now. I think it's Greg. Or it might be us. No, 2 is watching now. See, that's where you can see who's joining. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. All right, I'm going to put this away. No, Owen.
There's a delay, though.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Not much I can do about it. It's
weird.
disconcerting, but at the very least, I just use it to look at the chat.
Gotcha.
That's creepy. That's weird. 2 people. Melissa! Hey, Mel. This is Tracy, my sister. Hi. My other sister. An S.
Maybe
No, it's locked right now. No, it's usually like OBS Studio. It's like file.
Preferences?
Maybe. Try turning it on and off again.
I mean, I can just moderate chat, and if there's something
That'd be great.
important,
I can-
say, hey,
are you-
so-and-so says this.
Yeah, actually, that's great.
Okay.
That would be awesome. You'll be my moderator? I can assign it to you.
Moderator.
How do I work a computer? I can't. It won't. There we go. That's what I
don't
wanted.
need like an actual role. I can just say out loud, like so-and-so, like Melissa says
I can
this, your
actually.
sound went out.
My sound went out.
That's problematic.
Yeah. Thank you, Mel. Do that. Look at our hug. It's like a minute late. Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I can actually make you a moderator, so you can even like tell people to stop being jerks. Check 1 2. Well, we have 1 minute to showtime, and the showtime is here. I'm gonna like it. I like my video.
So are you doing it from the screen, or are you doing it from the other screen?
Exclamation.
What, buddy?
I'm going to insert a very excited exclamation.
Please do, because then I can. There it is, band nerd. Oh, you're not showing up? Now I don't. Back. Thanks, Mel. Go to channel, put user in timeout, add as moderator. I'm going to add you as a moderator. Ooh.
Fancy.
Yeah, Gerg, I just gave you all the
Power.
He's band nerd. Look at
I
that.
know.
What a dork. I love him. All right, buddy. So yeah, shout out anytime someone has a legit question or a comment or whatever. Or just narrate in their voices, okay? You probably know everybody from last weekend who's going to be here. All right, we're going to go Mel party. All right, everybody, thank you both for being here, including Greg, who's right there behind the computer. I am joined by my sister-in-law, Tracy, and she's here randomly, and I love it. And my nephew is back behind the scenes, too. He's our moderator for tonight. So for all two of you who have joined us, thank you so much. And those of you in the future who are watching this, what's going to happen tonight is I've already opened the Amazon bubble wrap that this came in. But I have the first kind of proof copy of the book that I wrote with the help of contributors called the PhDidn't Handbook. And what I'm going to do is explain to my target audience, who is, Tracy's one of them, and like an adult who ever thinks about going back to college, rather a doctorate program. I'm going to kind of pitch the book to her, try to make her buy it, and then fill the tote with money that I make for it.
You had me at money.
I had me at Meat Tornado. But also, I want to toast to me because I've never written a book before. And this is my first one. And also toast to my sister, Tracy, for making us drinks. What are we drinking?
Watermelon margaritas.
Oh, my God. Cheers. Cheers to us.
Cheers to you.
Look at
Very
us.
proud of you.
Thank you.
And I am drinking water.
Yes, because you're an underage baby. It doesn't taste like watermelon. Why is it so good?
You're welcome.
Oh my God, that's really good. Well, that's a celebratory drink if I ever drink one. Look at that. It's like yummy. Okay, so the primary goal for today is not only... No, I'm not going to slow down. They know, my 4 adoring fans know how fast I talk. And also it's an ADHD thing. I'm always about to forget what I'm going to say. And I also talk fast. You just gave me alcohol. I'm so drunk.
What?
The one thing I want to do today is I was already going to look through this one proof copy from Amazon. I already got it wet. That's nice. It just cleans right off. Real simple, guys. You just put a little Windex on there and it's clean as anything. I need to do a flip through just to make sure if this is ready to be if I like the quality of the book enough to order it for everybody who pre-ordered it. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about how smooth. Touch this. I love that like kind of a nubuck suede feeling. It's really nice. And first of all, I designed the cover and the back cover and the spine, and I think this is hilarious. It looks like this was actually a mock-up I did when I originally had this with my literary agent and we were pitching this book out. We ended up parting ways, the agent and I, because it wasn't what people needed. And I remember thinking like, people don't know how to get, like the complaint from other publishers when the literary agent pitched it to them, they were like, oh, it's a pretty niche market for this type of book. This book is to help people quit a doctorate program. And I'm like, yeah, that's very intentional because, but the thing is there's, what is it? Like the latest statistic is in here somewhere. Let me find it. Actually, I don't have the attention span to find it. Every year, well, the last survey that the Graduate Council of Education or something like that did was in 2019, and there were 1.8 million new enrollees into a higher advanced graduate program. 50% don't complete it. And that sounds like, okay, half, that's great. I was one of them in 2012 that was really struggling with the guilt and the stigma of having to quit a doctorate. And I remember I started dating a guy named Andy, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm a doctoral student. And he's like, that's so cool. I'm like, right? And I think it impressed his parents. And like, I felt like, okay, cool. I can not worry about being so dorky and weird. And maybe my nephews will think I'm cool because I'm a doctoral student. But the truth is, you guys, and I don't even know if you two know this about me, I joined the PhD world because I didn't want to go on a job hunt again. I had just been working at Yale University for 5 years. It was the best job I ever had, but I plateaued. And I was working with PhDs, and they looked like they were having fun when they weren't, like zombies. And I'm just like, oh, that'd be really cool. There's like some cachet with that. So this is where this book comes from. The first 2 chapters I wrote, the last couple of sections I wrote, but everything in between. So everything from kind of, if I'm guessing, from here to here, this is all interviewees' responses, just organized by topic. But let's take a look at the title. It's called the PhDidn't Handbook because I didn't complete a PhD.
Very clever.
Do you get it?
Yes.
You get it?
I do. And I like your scratch and sniff.
I'm so happy you know that it's a scratch and sniff. It used to be like a good job, but it says you tried. What? Do you see it?
I was just looking.
Oh yeah. And also right over there, you see those 4 stickers?
Yep.
I printed here. Let's pull that out. This whole video is also a pitch for you guys to pre-order my book on my website because I printed up some stickers that are swag stickers. So we'll go through those in a minute. Tracy's laughing at them right now. But yeah, I designed this back cover to look like all the unicorn doodles I did growing up and in grad school. But the subtitle is How to Quit Grad School Like a Champ, because that was the first thing that came to my head when I heard the phrase in my head, the PhDidn't Handbook, quote, or colon, How to Quit Grad School Like a Champ. And then there's an asterisk. Can you read what the asterisk says? It's kind of, I could have designed that better, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. It says, asterisk, before you spend 29 months and $178,000 on a degree you don't really want, even though you think it might be fun, plus it's less painful than job hunting. Why would that be a subtitle? Because that's 100% true for me. Basically, that's why this book exists. And like it says Davis. And then the DW stands for Dork Witchery, which is my press name.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's great. And on the back is one of the stickers I designed. It's my favorite one. You can do it, but you don't have to. If you don't take anything else away from this book, it's like, yes, you can do stuff you're good at, but you don't have to if it starts to suck the life out of you. Yeah? This is for you, youngin'. You're in college. I'm not trying to dissuade you from going to grad school. I want people to go to grad school for the right reasons.
Yes.
Yeah. And all due respect to my fellow master's students, I have 2 of them, 2 master's degrees. It's very different. Master's and PhD are 2 totally different beasts, and this book goes into it. So anyway, as far as the quality goes, I love the cover. It's a little thinner than I thought it would be, but it's bigger than, the print is bigger than I thought it would be, so it's perfect. And I used a program called Vellum. It was a $250 investment. I had to pay for it once, and I have it for the rest of eternity. I can bequeath it unto my grandchildren, great-grandnephews.
Grandnephews.
Great-grandnephews?
Great-grandnephews.
That's a lot of expectations.
There's a lot of pressure on you right now. But they
no
had
rush.
no rush. 0. Don't. I cannot babysit right now. I am not cool with that. But like, there's a bunch of words in here, and it's a great book. It's riddled with my unicorn drawings, because that's what was missing from my PhD experience. There weren't enough unicorns. Exactly, Finn. So anyway, as far as the quality, I wish I had chosen the cream colored paper, but the white is fine. This is from Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. Good stiff papers. They're not too thin. I can't really see through. It's fine. Like, sometimes we have like those Norton, yes. Norton anthology things. You can kind of see through it, but nobody's going to be reading like that. So, what's that? Only me?
You.
Only me. Right. So, I want to look at the table of contents. The thank yous. And this is not the most updated version. This is one version ago. So this isn't even correct yet, because I put my author photo here. The really cool one with Mordor in the background. From Lord of the Rings, the big fire tower.
I know who that is. I don't know if I know that picture.
Oh, it's delightful.
I'm sure it is. I like you playing the typewriter though.
Yeah, it's that picture.
Oh.
But I superimposed a bunch of stuff. A unicorn,
okay.
Jane Austen, and Dwight Schrute, and Mordor in the background. Or the Tower of Sauron. I have Sauron? Which is it?
I have Sauron.
Thank you.
I'm just the fact checker in the background. I don't need
I really appreciate it. You're the producer, the showrunner. And then, all right. I want to see if a table of contents. Bummer. No table of contents. Oh, the table of contents came out in the ebook version. I thought it would come in the print version. I wonder if that's a setting I have to check in what's it called? Vellum. And I'll do that eventually. However, let's drink. Let's drink every time someone says
hello to the both of you.
Hello, Morgan.
I didn't find a proper time to interject.
Oh, anytime is.
Literally, she gets it.
Well,
So
I didn't want to
Tracy.
interrupt an idea and then stop the idea.
I'm gonna.
Can you get me my phone, please?
It's over on there.
Yeah. I just didn't want to get up. He's younger than I am.
He's here. So in conclusion, This is great. And I'm happy with the quality. And I forgot to put a table of contents in the print version of the book.
Is that something you can fix?
Yeah, I think so. I just have to be patient enough to let it change and upload. Oh. My sister-in-law Tracy is making me a to-do list.
Of course.
Oh my God, that's actually really helpful.
Oh, I'm all about the organization.
Yeah. Table of contents. I can't change the page color, but if anybody doesn't like white, on May 18th, suck it up. Suck it up on May 18th. The Ingram Spark version, which isn't ready yet, and the Barnes & Noble version, which will be released on the 18th of May, is the cream-colored paper.
Oh.
So, yeah. See, without the table of contents, this isn't as interesting because I was going to just show everybody real quick what's in the book. So, yeah, this from here to here, this is a little bit of my story and just why this book is existing, who it's for, who can read it. But from here, chapter 1, The Silence of the Labs. Get it? Spotting the red flags. That until, I think, here. We'll call it right about here. Yeah, until chapter 16. Chapters, is that 4 or 1? Oh, see, that's a, I think that's 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause
Oh, Try Hard. There's Try Hard. Oh, I was wrong. Backing up. Chapter 2, School Intentions. Do you get it?
I do.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm so drunk.
Melissa says, if I don't have a table of contents, then I'll be forced to read the whole thing over and over again. Oh no, poor me.
Mel, that's awesome. I PhDidn't, and you don't have to either, is my intro. Well, no, that's chapter 1. Chapter 0 is the introduction, basically telling what the hell is this book for. This book is for 2011 Erica. So in case time travel exists, like, this is where you send it to. So you can send it back to me. Sitting in my first week of school before the deadline to drop out. So to correct myself, from chapter School Intentions to Templates of Doom is all, no, Screaming. Chapter 15 is screaming all your questions so they get answered. Until they get answered. Sorry.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah. So from chapter 2, School Intentions, to chapter 14, Signs that you're going to be okay. This is all respondents. I had about probably upwards of 15 contributors to the book who are other PhDidn'ts, other people who were in the middle of a doctorate program and quit for whatever reason. And some of the reasons were similar to mine. It just wasn't the right fit. Other reasons were really horrible and toxic, and they were in abusive situations in their department. So that's what all this is. So most of this book belongs to, it's the voices of those of us who were involved in it. This is not my story. Some of my responses might be in there. I cannot remember anymore. And it was written so long ago. If it is mine, I don't remember it. And I can't recognize it, and I don't care. And that's okay. But here, Greg, pick a chapter 1 through 14.
How about 13 for Friday the 13th?
What a Greg is picking Friday the 13th. And now, Tracy, you pick. Oh, there is no chapter 13. I'm just kidding.
Haley Krause requires the sticker you have on the back of the book.
Sold. Haley Krause will get a sticker. Hi, Haley Krause. Haley Krause just...
Hi, Haley.
Haley Krause just committed to a Geneseo.
Geneseo, yes.
Yeah.
Way to go, kid.
Woo! 13. Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind. Oh!
Nice.
All right, now, Tracy, you get to pick from between 113 and 1... I'm going to call it 27.
117.
Oh, 117. I will now do a dramatic reading of my book. Okay. Haley, Aunt Tracy is writing down, Haley needs the sticker from the back of the book. You can do it, but you don't have to. Okay.
But now she does. Because I wrote it down.
That's true. It's so meta. Okay.
She has thanked you.
All right, guys. How many people are in the chat?
400?
100? Whoa. We gotta do this more often. This is
It's like Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Whoa! Tubular! Awesome! Tracy and Ed's excellent adventure!
Radical.
I like drinking. Oh my God. Morgan, why didn't you ever have me drink before?
She was concerned with the consequences of her action.
Is that what she said?
No.
Oh,
No,
that's
that
probably
was just
true.
my assumption.
It's accurate. I love that you tried. All right. You're going to get a sticker for helping me tonight.
Oh, I want one of these ones, though.
Yeah, you can have one of those. Okay. But write a note that Tracy get. Oh, and one of those.
I'm sorry, I'm multitasking here.
There's no such thing as multitasking, by the way. That's a toxic patriarchy's way of telling me I need another drink. Greg, this is what it's like to be a grown-up. Fucking youths. Okay. So, Greg chose chapter 13. Tracy chose page 117. And the question for page 117 is, any advice for someone considering enrolling? So this is how the book is set up. It's in bold, you'll see the question that I asked anybody who is willing to take the survey. And here is everybody's individual responses. So some of them include their answer to any advice for someone considering enrolling. Think really hard. I'm so drunk. Think really hard about why you're there. Is there truly no other path to your goals? And someone else says, don't. That was their response. It's valid. Yeah.
Straightforward to the point.
If you're going to go into a PhD, don't do it for the prestige. Don't do it for the doctor at the end of your name. Because in all honesty, it's not going to matter. I'm a little tongue-tied.
You think?
Is that the alcohols?
I don't know.
Ha.
Morgan has said, if it's on Tracy's list, it will happen.
Oh.
And, she wishes to know what we are drinking, what you guys are drinking.
This is the way. That's a Star Wars reference.
I know. I was going to say it's the Living Waters.
Morgan, what are we drinking? No, Tracy, what are we drinking?
Living Waters.
Living Waters?
No.
The blue milk that guy drank. With the face.
It's watermelon margaritas.
Maria. Vitamin Benjamin. It's not mean like your mojito, Morgan. Why didn't I do this sooner? Everything feels fine now. Greg's losing his shit. Greg's peeing on my chair. I don't drink, you know that, right?
I do.
Let's read another one. This will sober us up. Advice for someone considering enrolling. Be prepared mentally for the hoops you'll have to jump through. I shouldn't be laughing. When you get to the university, immediately apply for mental health services. A therapist will help immensely. If you're a woman, be prepared for the sexism that will permeate your department. Oh, this really is sobering. And be ready to prove your worth 3 times over compared to the men in your cohort. Don't read everything. Skim most of it. I love that. It's true, Greg.
No, it's... He's looking at me like for validation.
No, I looked at you so I had to make sure I wasn't in trouble for telling him that. Skim most of it and only speak once or twice in class with one really insightful discussion topic and call it good. There's no pressure to do more or know everything, even though it feels like it. I fucking love that.
I do too.
Pardon me. And then let's see. I love it. I don't know. That's cool. This is my favorite chapter. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. A chapter. Ready? Okay. The chapter title is Chapter 8. Can you read that? It's kind of dim. I'm sorry.
A list of every person to whom you owe an explanation for why you want to quit your PhD
It's really, let me put my light on it.
Even though
It's dim in
you aren't
here.
really sure
Hold on. Light.
how to put
Better?
how to put into words, but you do know that if you stay a second longer, you will start setting things on fire and laughing into the flames.
So that's the chapter title. And here's the chapter. Nobody. End of list. That's the chapter.
There you go.
And it's true because you don't owe anybody an explanation. Somebody may prompt you for one, like, oh yeah, what's the reason for leaving? Wanting to. None ya.
None your business.
None your business. Those are, and in the back,
you don't need to sugarcoat it.
You don't need to sugarcoat it. And if it's personal, say, personal reasons. If it's medical reasons. And they will ask you if they need documentation, and you go get documentation. I don't know if there are any medical doctors listening, but the one I attend, she's like, oh yeah, when you're here, like in a good way. She's whenever I go there, she's like, oh, what do you need today? Like, do I need a referral for physical therapy or whatever? Like, I tell her what I'm looking for, and she can let me know if it's happening. So if you feel guilty going to your doctor to ask for a mental health excuse to get out of staying in a PhD program, they'll probably give you one, not because they're sneaky, but because you fucking need it. Pardon me for swearing.
No, but it's true. You
Right?
have to really, really advocate for yourself on that mental aspect.
Yeah.
Because no one else is going to for you.
That's literally what half the respondents in the book have mentioned. And as you'll see if you get the book, guys, you're just be prepared to be your own advocate. They put up such a good front in the admissions process of a PhD program that we're here for you. You can ask us any questions. We're just a team. It's like a family in here. Red flag. That means you're going to be here all hours of the night and get exhausted. By yourself. So, yeah, let me turn off my flashlight here. So that's, there's a bunch of red flags listed in here. But again, that mental health piece is the biggest part of it. And some of the chapters do have trigger warnings for self-harm and suicide and toxic abuse and stuff like that. So you are hence warned. And any questions from the audience, Greg?
I've got nothing.
Great. Any questions from you? Let's show the stickers. So, pre-orders through my website, dorkwitch.xyz, will be... Oh, you got it. Pull it back towards you a little bit. That's it. Will be... And then here, let's... Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it. Pull it down a little bit. Perfect. Look at you. You did it. That's it. These are stickers that I had made up through moo.com to go with the... That's accurate. That's how it's spelled. M-O-O. It's a moo point. It's a cow's opinion. It doesn't matter. And
Thank you, Joey. Very cool.
exactly, right? Friends is so good. I even have a whole list in the resources. The last part of the resources is a list of all the movies and TV show that got me through it. It's like Friends, The Office, Gilmore Girls, Downton Abbey.
There's my scratch and sniff.
The scratch and sniff. Yeah, I made the sticker for the front of the book. It's not scratch and sniff. If it smells like anything, it's like stale laundry and desperation. I don't know. But I've had these custom stickers made, and they will be dispersed randomly in the packages. Maybe
Except
a couple
for Haley.
each. Except for Haley is definitely getting one of the you can do it, but you don't have to. Quitting for the win. Yeah. You can do it, but you don't have to. That's the takeaway. So I'm ridiculously proud that this turned out as book-like as it did. And is it perfect? No. There's no table of contents, so whatever. And I definitely chose not to do an index, but there is, quitters untie. I love that, because you untie yourself from bad situations.
Kelsey would like a sticker as well.
Oh, of course. Kelsey, which one? Kelsey.
One? One of the stickers of all time.
Excellent. I can do that.
She just said
No, that's
she would
cool.
like one as well.
Awesome. But in lieu of an index, there is a glossary of PhD jargon in the back. And
Very
it's-
helpful.
Yeah. What?
She said hi, Greg, so I was just saying hi.
Oh, nice. Greg says hi. Yeah, there's a glossary of PhD jargon. Being in the program for the very first time, it's the phrase that they use in the program for making a student feel left out or a learner left out is othering. It's very othering. Like, oh, you got to get your CV ready, otherwise you got a CYB or you're going to be ABD. And it's like, what? Alphabet. No, like, you don't know what it means. And I learned a lot of phrases like GAD, generalized anxiety disorder. That was one that I had not come across until I started the doctorate program. Go figure. Grievance officers, the IRB, LOA. Do you know what LOA means?
I know AOL.
That's close. That's good.
Los Angeles.
It's not Los Angeles, sweetheart. Oh, Greg, you need to go to school.
Would you argue that I needed perhaps a doctorate?
No. No, don't do it.
Feel free to throw something at him.
I'm going to throw this book at him. ABD stands for all but doctorate, meaning somebody did everything up to defending their dissertation.
Oh.
Because there's a bunch of different stages, like the coursework, the comprehensive exam, and then the research, and then the proposal of the dissertation, or sometimes they go in different orders, and then the defense itself, and then there's donuts involved. It's really cool. But I know, donuts are really good.
Morgan says, Erica, I am so proud of you. This resource is so needed. My heart broke reading some of these replies. And Kelsey has no preference as to which sticker she receives.
No preference. That's so sweet, Kelsey. I'll surprise you, kid.
I get to pick.
Morgan, thank you so much. And everybody, a shout out to my big sister, Morgan Krause, in the chat. She is the editor of this book. She proofread it because I have no patience for that, no attention span for that, and lots of dyslexia to not do that. So I don't see typos. They're all just beautiful little gems. And every time...
Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents. Happy little trees. Every time a reader finds an error or a typo in my book, that's on me, not my editor. But also, just like in that horrible dick of a movie with Clarence the Angel, It's a Wonderful Life. Every time you find a typo, a doctoral student gets 7% more courage to advocate for themselves. Ding, ding, ding. So I sprinkled them strategically in there.
You are so wise.
I know. I'm so drunk. I've had like 4 sips of this.
Chug.
How much did you drink already?
Oh, I still have quite a bit.
Oh my
in
God.
there.
It's so good.
Are you empty?
No, I'm just at the bottom of the barrel. Of water, of course.
Of water.
It's water, right?
It's water. I would
Um,
only ever drink in video games.
so Greg, do you have any questions about my beautiful book? You only ever drink in video games?
Right, because it's not illegal in the video game, so I only drink in video games.
Animal Crossing?
No.
Coffee.
Coffee. Yeah, I drink coffee in Animal Crossing. Of course. No, I don't really have a question, but I did like the point that someone had made an example of like the pressure of like needing to answer everything in a given class or a given lecture, and it's like there's that pressure, but then there's also like a pressure fighting that pressure, so there's just constricting pressures everywhere.
Oh, everywhere, yeah.
Oh, I need to answer everything, but I don't want to sound incompetent.
Yeah, there's that sweet spot where like I want to, and Greg is speaking from the professional place of having just finished his sophomore year of college. Cheers, Greg! Huzzah! Huzzah! And as we all know, college comes with its ups and downs. However, there is that pressure. Like I remember feeling this in the doctorate program. Like I'm in a doctorate program. I have to speak up. I have no problem talking in class, but I'm usually like, guys, let's go outside. Like, can I go to the bathroom? I would, and this might actually be in one of the responses. I can't remember if I let it get in. I was so bored and frustrated and embarrassed during some classes because the conversations just went over my head. I had undiagnosed ADHD, undiagnosed dyslexia, all this stuff, and probably some learning disabilities, and just not having enough knowledge that I was able to ask for accommodations for that. And just having signed up to it and gotten in over my head, I faked a coughing fit several times to get out of class, like just to have just to get out, and I would just go to our campus Starbucks and hang out,
do your thing,
and then come back in like or just like sit in the bathroom for a while until like the discussion was over, because it was so boring. But it wasn't boring, it was over my head, or I didn't have the attention span for it in that moment. So at the end of some chapters, there's actual resources corresponding to what was in that chapter. And this illustration, I'm going to talk about the unicorn illustrations. Typically in the book, they do correspond with the text on the page, and this is one of them. The question in this section is, Looking back, were there any warning signs you may have missed? And one respondent said, in the middle of my program for the PhD, they changed the name of the degree.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's why this unicorn is saying, not
Not
cool.
cool.
Yeah. I want my camera to be a little better. There we go. And it's so true. So lots of good resources, and any resources that are listed in the chapters in the middle of the book are all included with a few extras, I think, at the back of the book. After the glossary of PhD jargon, we go through the swamp of sorrows. And there's the entire, it's resources, but it's also like works consulted and stuff that helped me get through it, stuff that helped me write the book. And it's broken up by articles, books, crisis mental health resources, sites, websites, obviously, and things that got me through it, things that get me through it because it's still current. Like, lol, my thesis is the best website. People go in and like poorly describe their research. It's hilarious. Like, Herman Melville was a drunk asshole. Like, that's someone's lol thesis topic. Like, in an unacademic way to say like what they were talking about with their research of Moby Dick. Like, it's hilarious. And then hashtags for people to follow. And then here's the list of all the TV shows and everything that I loved watching to get me through it. And actually, some of these include movies and TV shows that have bits of grad school stories in them that kind of scratch that itch when I'm missing it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so.
Very cool.
I know. I'm excited. Thank
So
you
proud
for
of you.
being here. Thank you for being proud of me. Thank you, everyone, whoever's watching still, or who will watch this in the future. The book is $12.99 on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and eventually through my website. But pre-orders on my website are $20.13 in honor of the year I quit my PhD, 2013. And best decision I ever made.
Proud of you.
So thank you. Yeah. Also, marrying Andy was a good one.
Yeah, that was okay.
That's not so bad.
That's all right.
That's
We
all right.
have a question
What's the question?
from one Morgan Krause. I know this has been on your to-do list for a while, but what happened to finally give you that final push to get this to the finish line?
Great question. Morgan Krause, was it? I think, Morgan, you're talking about what made me decide to really get the book out there.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that right, Morgan?
Yes.
Thank you. Actually, finding the function of vellum, that my friend Emily, who is a smutty romance hockey LGBTQT writer, like, it's just so beautiful and amazing. And Emily, if you're watching, you know I love your work. And she's here in Jacksonville, too. You haven't met her yet, Greg, but she's cool. And she's a professor. And she writes these romance books, and she's agented recently, but she also self-publishes a lot. And I'm like, wait, so how do you do that? And I'm like, oh, she's like, oh, just use vellum. And I'm like, what's vellum? It took all of the stress out of me thinking I had to format it like a professional formatter. It's like a built-in structure. So Morgan, to answer your question, literally it was the existence of the web app Vellum, VELLUM. And you can select different styles and fonts, and you know, like how the chapter titles that you were looking at were all caps, and some, or like the first paragraphs were all caps on the top line, or the first 5 letters. You can change all that. It's all built in. I don't have to stress about it. I did just have to pay $250 out of pocket to do that. But now I have that program forever for any other books that I want to self-publish. That's how I do it. I don't need to hire a professional formatter. So yes, a robot replaced a human job. And I'm sorry about that, but not really, because it makes it so easy. And then with that in mind, I'm like, the big problem that a lot of publishers had with the book when my agent was going out with it previously was that it's such a niche market that they don't know how to make it a big sale. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't need this to be a big sale. I don't want this to be a hardback book that's 400 pages long, because that's going to jack the price up to $50 or something like that. Especially in the academic field, they can make it like almost a textbook. And those prices are a little unreal, right? To academic textbooks, I think. So I'm like, well, I want to keep the product low anyway. I'm not going to do any more bells and whistles that I don't want to. And I just used a combination of where my ADHD boundaries were, my anxiety boundaries were, and my intuition told me, stop, don't write anymore. You don't need any more. It's just going to get convoluted, or cut that. That's like from the old vestige of the earlier version of the book. And I basically got okay with it being a smaller book than usual. And but this is the length of book I like to read. And it just, I was sick of waiting for it not to be existing. And I already had everybody's answers. I just needed to physically go through the motions of formatting it. So it was when I found out Vellum existed. And you can play with Vellum before you buy it, because you can get your manuscript all set and ready to go.
Oh, wow.
But then you have to purchase it to actually get the ebook copy, and they do it for Nook, Kindle, Kobo, whatever else the other things are, and just a general EPUB version, and also the print version is a PDF. So I'll probably end up making a video for Dork Witchery of all the resources I use to get this book out. And I really should. I think I do want to add the table of contents there. It's weird without it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Melissa says, in all caps, proud of you, and then can't wait for mine to arrive. Calling it a handbook was smart.
Aw. Thanks, Mel. Yeah, because that's what it is. It's a little field guide. You can fit it in your back pocket, Greg. With your music. Well, I'm tapped out. How about you? You ready for bed yet? You gotta be.
Yeah. A current PhD student would find that super accessible.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, that's it. I think we're done. Okay.